Hey guys. So I'm apologizing for the setup today. I didn't really have time to get camera ready and still wanted to put out some tarot readings, so I'm doing it this way. These readings have been kind of unique. I don't usually do these, but I actually really like them and I think I may do them often. One thing about it is that they are extremely specific. So these definitely will not resonate with everyone. That's okay if they don't. Check your other placements. You definitely may find your story there. But as always, the readings are general. They're for the collective. So if it doesn't resonate, leave it, right? There is no gender in tarot. So if I pull a queen here, I may still be talking about a guy. Make sure to like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. I'm sorry, everybody is out on a motorcycle right now, apparently. If you would like to book a private personal reading, that information's in the description below, as well as the pinned section of the comments. I've also linked a friend's channel there if you want to check her out. She is freaking amazing. Spirit, what can you tell me about my Saggy babies? What do you want them to know? Okay, so the overall energy is the Three of Cups. Have the Seven of Cups. The Queen of Cups. The Star. The Three of Swords. The Chariot. The King of Pentacles. The Hierophant. The Seven of Pentacles. The Five of Swords. The outcome is the Page of Swords. So, I have a Sag who's seeking emotional support. The Three of Cups. This could be close friends, family members, a support group, something like that. Some type of emotional counsel. I feel the Sag that I'm looking at is extremely emotionally dysregulated, as in they don't understand their own feelings. There is the recognition that there was some deep brokenness here. The biggest problem with this is that I feel like it touches all aspects of your life. It touches the connections in your life. You bring it to work with you. Sometimes it's in your spiritual life. It's like you haven't integrated the two parts of yourself, that dark and the light. I feel for a long time you may have been avoiding your emotions and the pain here. It's like you really want to be more in this King of Pentacles energy where you're at the pinnacle of stability in life. The problem is that your emotional dysregulation really gets in the way of this. It almost seems like there's this element of self-sabotage where you kind of maybe don't love yourself here. That's what I'm going to say, Sag, because it seems like you'll find something that you're interested in, you'll start investing in it, and then you just kind of sabotage it. And I'm not telling you anything you don't know about yourself. You're learning it here. So with the Three of Cups and the Seven of Cups, you could actually be out here kind of like seeking different opinions. Maybe you feel like this is not something that you can just handle on your own, that it's not something that if you're an emotionally dysregulated person, you are not just going to figure those feelings out on your own. Sometimes it really does require help. But what I see is someone who's accepting the fact that they're going to need support, that they can't do it alone. that having feelings is okay, admitting that you're hurt is okay, trying to heal these things is okay, but also this acknowledgement that this is a spiritual journey. It may actually feel like warfare, you know. Either way, I feel like you're kind of seeking information. It's like, are there other people like this? And the answer is yes. I mean, there's a whole bunch of, mental illnesses and mental health issues that kind of do this. I'm not a person who is very good at regulating my emotions. I literally require other people to do that for me, which is not good. It led me into an entire life of codependence where I just never wanted to be alone because I needed somebody else to consistently validate my emotions and make me feel like I even exist, and I'm not sure if this is particularly that, this could be some very long-term depression, something kind of like that, but you're recognizing that this is a bigger problem than just feelings. And so, I mean, that's step one, right? Acceptance. I have a problem. Where I think, because I read these backwards as well, it's like you're taking in maybe too much information. That's why you're so confused. It's kind of like how I just did it. Maybe you're trying to like self-diagnose or something, you know what I mean? And you're looking up all of these different things. And the thing with that is, if you're going to get into, there's a reason that people are paid to diagnose you, right? Because they understand the differences. If I just open up like the DSM, so many things correlate and overlap that trying to diagnose yourself is just a joke. And I feel like that's step one for you. You'd almost rather do it alone when really you do need some kind of support here. What is good, though, is that I do feel that you are already invested in this spiritual journey. Like you've already decided who you are spiritually, what path you're on here, and you are seeking the spiritual information that you need. So you're pretty stable in the spiritual department, which is good. But I feel like the biggest concern here for you is that you recognize that you don't feel pain like other people do. And I can totally resonate with you guys on this one where it's like, say you have a breakup, the Three of Swords energy here. The average person is over a breakup in a couple of months. A person like me is obsessed with that person for a year after it's over. I mean, obsessed. I'm not healed. I'm still sad about it. I just can't get over it. And I feel like I even like annoy my friends with this. They'll be like, dude, it's been so long. You're not over this person. But again, I have a different type of emotion than other people. It actually does. I have an obsessive style with people, When I love somebody, I love them hard. I have no want or need to ever release them. And later, this is a huge problem. So I find it particularly hard to heal from connections that I lose. And I feel like that may be your key factor here. That's kind of like the point one that you're looking into. It's like, is this a codependency thing? Do I just get addicted to people, or is it deeper than that? And so again, I feel like that, you're kind of comparing. It's confusing because, like you'll look at your friends and they kind of are able to heal and move on from things in life that you're just still raw and sore about. And you feel like that's not how it's supposed to be, that you should be more like them. Well, one is stop judging yourself, babe. People never get to this state unless they've had a particularly rough life. I feel like, when we look into me and my attachment style and all those things, basically I was a child that wasn't given the affection that they needed. And so that kind of led into issues later where I literally didn't understand my emotions or how, and my emotions totally drive my behavior as well. And so that may be sort of like what you're looking at here, where it's much bigger than just not being able to heal and move on. It's like much, much deeper if you go below the surface here. Now, the King of Pentacles can be a therapist. I feel like that is something that if you have the means, I understand not everybody can afford therapy. Appointments are hard to get. But if you can, that might be your best bet here. It's sort of like the divine is leading you in that direction. I mean, like you're starting to try to get the information on your own. And the reason that it's confusing is because you're just not qualified, babe. And it's okay. It takes 8 years in a residency to get his job, and that's not everybody's dream position. The thing with this, though, Sag, is that part of this specific journey and part of your emotional dysregulation and confusion is actually part of your life purpose, the divine's work. So I feel like, you're trying to go from this Queen of Cups energy that like maybe too emotional, into this King of Pentacles energy. And in order to get to the King of Pentacle energy, you may have to seek the actual King of Pentacles, babe. You may actually just need to get help with this. I go to therapy. There's no way around it. And I do tend to have much better connections in my life, and I'm able to detach and let go now, but I would never have been there without therapy. I mean, there are days where I probably wouldn't be alive without therapy because of my crazy emotions, So I feel like what I'm looking at here is someone who is trying very hard on their own and kind of subtly, I think, so that other people don't know that they're doing this, to figure out what the hell is wrong with them, And I feel like that's already enough work on your part. All you really needed to do here was accept the fact that something is wrong, that this is different, and that it's not healthy. And as long as you're able to ask for help, ask and you shall receive. But seriously, if you have really big emotional and behavioral issues, you may need to get into some counseling, because I feel like eventually you're going to have to be the person who does counsel, if that makes sense. Like the Chariot is in the center here because that is, the integration of your dark and your light. Those two sides of yourself combining to bring inner peace. And once you've done that, I feel like you're going to have a story to tell to others. Does that make sense? Like the reason that you're trying to take in all of this information with it is not so that you can self-diagnose. You may feel like that's why you're so drawn to, I don't know what you're doing here, mental health documentaries, books, whatever it is. Keep doing that, though, because there's a purpose behind it. But as for yourself, don't, diagnosing yourself is not the answer. If you feel like there is something wrong and out of control, just get some help for that. Because whatever that help is, it's going to put you on the right track. And you're also self-educating on this topic. It's kind of like this. It's like you really want to learn everything about yourself emotionally here and what is wrong with you. Perhaps if this person were to give you an actual diagnosis, and then you were to look up the information, instead of doing it the opposite way, you could really learn a lot about yourself. And in that process, you could also teach other people. And I feel like the divine is pushing you in that direction because that is his plan for you. So if this is resonating with you, now is the time. Go ahead and seek the answers that you're looking for, but from professionals who can give it to you, and then seek and research the advice and the information after that. Because currently the way you're doing it is actually self-sabotaging. You may look it up and be like, oh my gosh, I think I have this crazy personality disorder or something, and it's like just, it's kind of depression, which is great. There's a lot of therapists for that. There's a lot of help out there for that. There's medications for it. It's not really that crazy from that perspective of the doctor. Understanding it from the actual, mental illness side, it is extremely hard to understand, But this person will have the correct answer from you, and then you can take the education on from there. And there is a reason that you're so driven to be educated on this, and that's because the divine is about to use your ass to save some lives, baby. So I hope you're ready for that. Anyway, I'm really proud of you guys for, looking into your own stuff here and being strong enough to accept that there may be a problem here. And I'm really looking towards your future to see what you do with this, because I feel like you're going to be a really big deal in a community one day and helping to save lives. Okay, that's what I have for you guys. I'll see you soon.